Hello and welcome to another video, and we are getting straight in the action once again because we are here for another league race video at Buriram, Thailand. At the minute we are just going to show our qualifying lap. At this point in time we were on pole with a 26.2 because we have pretty good pace around here, but this is the best lap we did, so we did improve it. So Rick has fallen off there, but we are flying down the straight almost towards the end of the first sector already. It's a very short sector of this circuit. Hitting the brakes, so we go tipping it in. We're already almost 2 tenths under, 1.94 tenths under. Kind of coming back for a late apex there, got earlier, then came back, sort of made it a double apex corner instead of one. We are now flying down towards the left-hander where you can really gain a lot of time if you know what you're doing. This is 1 line, 2 line. We brake at the 3rd line there, trail it through on the throttle, bumping up the curb a little bit. Getting ready for this left-hander. This is a really nasty little corner. We're like 2.6 tenths under, so we're going much quicker than our previous lap. And we're halfway around the lap now, so we flipped the bike back over the other way, 2nd gear running all the way out, well not actually all the way out to the curb, but we ran out quite a bit wide from the inside of the circuit through that corner, 1st gear corner, that one. That's what I like to do through that one, down into 1st gear for this corner as well. We're still 2.7 tenths under. Rick's crashed once again. We flipped the bike left once again on the throttle, 3rd gear. Flick it back over that curb. You can get invalidated on time trial quite easily for that, but that worked out pretty well. On the brakes for the last corner. Drian's just ahead of us. Coming out the last corner now. What's it going to be? A little wheelie out the last corner, up towards the line. 26.057, so he lost about a tenth and a half through that last sector. But at the end of the session, it was still good enough to be on pole, ahead of Piccolino with a 26.4, and Bob Rock also with a 26.4. The R100 was 4th with a 26.6. Jagger was 5th with a 26.7. Drian was 6th with a 27.1. Blake King was 7th with a 27.7 and a 36.7 for Rick. But we're on the grid. You can look at the bike. This was a really tense moment. Really wanted to get off to a good start here. Did not want to get knocked off like at Aragon. So we have to clutch in. We're revving out 1st gear, waiting for the lights to even show up on the screen. Not even there yet. The lights are on the screen. The lights are now on as well. We're waiting for the lights to go out to dump the clutch for the PTT Thailand Grand Prix. Out the lights go, and we're going as well. Mess it up a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Pretty good start, as you can see. Down towards turn 1. No one's been able to go the inside yet. Tipping in, you can see Bob Rock's got a bit wide. Bit of a crash for Rick in the background there. Out of the 1st corner, we have got the lead. So it has gone exactly how I wanted it to off the beginning of this race. But this corner, you can really dive for that, so you've got to watch out. Nobody goes up the inside on the brakes. 2nd gear, 1st gear. Piccolino's 1.5 tenths behind. We ran really wide. Piccolino's at the inside, but Piccolino also ran wide, so we managed to keep the position there. You're very close up a little bit, but we've got a good exit. Bob Rock's to 4th place now, so he lost a bit of time at the 1st corner. Drian overtakes Blake King as well, hitting the brakes now for turn 4. Probably one of the most easy corners to lose the front now. Bob Rock up to 3rd position now. We ran a little bit wide. Running a bit wide again. We've got 3.5 tenths to Piccolino, but should have gone down now. We ran wide through turn 5, through turn 6 now. Shifting up to 3rd. Back over to 2nd through turn 7, and straight on the throttle through turn 7, running a bit wide. Oh, the high-sided, there's the curb is high-sided, up in the air. And that's it down into the last position, well, apart from Rick. But yeah, down into 7th place, but at the end of that lap, we were 2.9 seconds behind Jagger. So I messed this up for myself here. But cut in later on that lap, we're now 1.9 seconds behind. We've ran wide here, we tried to come back on the track, we've got a penalty. So we're definitely running wide in this race, having some issues with the braking for some reason. At the last corner on the end of lap 2 now. What is the gap when we go over the line? The gap is 1.4 seconds down to Blake King, so we took quite a bit out there. Fastest half of the race as well, 26.5. We overshoot turn 1 a little bit, but straight back on the throttle once again, down the straight. So yeah, it's a shame that we managed to screw it over for ourselves, but it was weird the way that curb reacted when we just accelerated over it. So as we hit the brakes, oh, there's a massive crash ahead, Jagger's down. Oh, there's Blake King's off the front as well, so that's 2 down. So up into P5 now. From P7 at that corner. Rick crashes once again as well. He was definitely struggling. Drian goes wide at the final corner. Bob Rock does 26.5 there, and we did 26.6, so Bob Rock going a bit quicker. We were 1.6 seconds behind Drian, ending that lap. Coming up towards the next lap, Bob Rock does a 26.3, so he's really flexing the muscles. We did a 27.5, we're 1.9 seconds behind Drian, so not good enough really to catch him. Through turn 12 once again on the next lap, lap 5. Coming out of the last corner, wheeling a little bit over the line, 26.8. We're 1.2 seconds behind Drian now. So we hit the brakes for turn 1. But on the end of the next lap, Drian is just ahead of us now. He's ran a bit wide, in fact, into the last corner. We're going to get him. We're getting the drive. We're pulling up alongside. We're past now. You can see we're up into the position And we've got 7th position. We're 2.9 seconds away from R1, but over the line on the next lap, 1.7. So we took 1.2 seconds out of R1 on that lap. Amazing lap time there. But Bob Rock does a 26.1. We do a 26.8, and R1's got back out to 2.2 seconds. So he's got the gap instantly out of the last corner. Once again on lap 9. We're now 2.4 seconds behind R1, so we're loads of time to him. He's pulling away. And now, once again, the next lap, Piccolino takes the lead from Bob Rock, so a bit of a battle going on up ahead, but he's now 2.3, so we took a 10th out of him in that lap. We're not really catching him, there's only 2 laps to go. Crash though, on halfway through lap 11, and it's Bob Rock. Bob Rock has fallen off, he's now in front of us, so that's really a carrot on a stick in front of us, you know, lure us to go on. You can see Arnan is now up to 2nd, Bob Rock's up to down to 3rd, and Piccolino has got the lead. He's probably going to win the race now, but lap 11, there's time for us to attack Bob Rock here. So we exit the last corner. It's about to start the penultimate lap. Go over the line, 26.8, 6 tenths behind Bob Rock as we start the penultimate lap. Hitting the brakes turn 1, but we're coming towards the end of the penultimate lap once again. You can see R1's got a little bit wide. In fact, he's lost the front now. So that is R1 is down. Bob Rock's 2nd and I'm 3rd. So after all this, we're up to 3rd position and we've got the potential to get 2nd here on the last lap. We're going to stay on board for the entirety of the last lap. We're 6 tenths behind through turn 1. We're going to try and catch up to the Honda rider as much as we can. He gets a good exit off the first corner there. Rick falls off once again, so he's really struggled this race. Down the straight towards probably one of the my favourite part of this track, braking for that corner. So 6 tenths behind still, but Bob Rock's gone a bit wide, but he's probably going to get a better exit from that. So it's probably going to allow us to get away. Drian's fallen off, so fortunate for Drian there. The Despedici, well, I was about to say the Despedici's having a bad time, but in fact one of them is in 1st position. Bob Rock's game attack's disappearance. He's getting away, really pushing it through turn 4, pushing it right over the curb for a little bit over the limit there. I was pushing, I was gonna like, it was in the mindset where I wanted to beat him or crash trying, you know. 7 tenths behind I saw there. I know I was talking over it when the gap came up, but through turn 7 we're on the throttle. See where we crashed first lap, and we really pushed it out to the edge of the curb there, and we're trying to close as much as we can up to Bob Rock here. It's probably another one of my favourite sections, but he's ran a bit wide. He's ran wide. We're only 5 tenths behind him now. We're right close to him. Could we have a dive bomb? But he's a bit too far in front for us to dive. But it's a crash. It's Piccolino. Piccolino has crashed now on the final lap. It's Bob Rock's in 1st place and we're 2nd. But we're too far behind to dive bomb. We're going to go for it in the last corner to try and close up as much as we can. But we can't do anything about it. We're so close to him. Out the last corner we go. On towards the line. That's it. He does a massive wheelie. Unfortunately, not quite enough there to beat Bob Rock, unfortunately. But we did come 2nd. Gives us about half a second there. R1 ending 3rd, which is not all we wanted. We really needed to gain some more points off on R1. But you can't really be too miffed with how the race went. I crashed, but obviously I was in like 4th position with like 3 to go, and I ended up finishing 2nd. I can't really complain with that. It's a pretty good result, to be fair. Not really a lot more you could ask for. So we'll head on to the championship standings. R1 is still leading, and he's got 218 points. Jegger in 2nd, 13 by with 205. Drew in 3rd with 14 off of R1 with 204. And we are 4th with 177, 41 points off. So the championship's really slipping from our grip now. I mean, we can still mathematically win it. So can Piccolino as well. RKH is now out of the title though, look, by 8 points. So it's just between us top 5, but realistically I think it's between the top 3. So it's unfortunate that once again we managed to lose a race, but I don't think we really had the pace to win, because I had a good qualifying pace, but you saw their race pace when it was going up with Bob Rock's fastest laps. They were insane. And speaking of Bob Rock, actually, he's moved up to 9th in the championship now, and he's already got 88 points from 4 races, and that's like just shy of what I managed to do in the same period. Like, you know, he's a force to be reckoned with, so definitely gonna have to try and beat him at Motegi. But I hope you enjoyed that race. I enjoyed racing it at the time. It was well, I was not enjoying myself until it started to kick off at the end. It got very interesting. Like, I was just frustrated that I couldn't catch R1 and obviously I didn't need to in the end. It's a shame. We did actually get a screen freeze at one point, and that might have actually made a little bit of a difference to whether we were in front of Bob Rock when he got back on. but I don't think so. But it was my fault that I ended up behind him, because obviously I made the stupid mistake on lap 1. But props to Piccolino for being able to put me under that much pressure that I made a mistake. So props to him for that. But as I say, I hope you enjoyed the race. I sure did. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.